Yo, hear me out real quick. So I was at the Y the other day, right? I was in the sauna, right? I was talking to like three dudes. Well, I wasn't actually talking. The three dudes were talking. Three older dudes, that is. They were talking, and it was me and another guy. The other guy was about in his, I think he's early 20s or whatever, right? So me and the other guy, we sitting there listening, right? So the older guys, they play. For those that don't know, they play basketball early in the morning. Most old heads, so-called old heads, I mean, people will consider me as being an old head, but I would consider old head like in their 60s, 70s, or whatever have you, right? So anyway, most so-called old heads, get up early in the morning to play basketball, right? And they always complaining about, I'm trying to curb my cursing. They always complaining about how, this person fouled him and that person did this and that person did that and da 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 da. And I just don't understand it. Cause for one, they're always trying to go up against the young heads, the young dudes. And you know good and goddamn well that you're not gonna win. Like the score is gonna be 81-0. It's just that plain and simple. But they continue to play these guys, the younger dudes. The old heads, that is, they always play the younger dudes and always complaining, right? Always talking about getting fouled and how the younger dudes is doing this and doing that. First and foremost, learn how to play full court, not half court. That's the first thing. And then the second thing, also on top of that, stop making these excuses of why you got your ass dusted. It's just that plain and simple. So they going back and forth talking about how they had to have hip surgery, knee surgery. They giving all of these goddamn excuses why they got their ass dusted by a bunch of young 20-year-olds, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to it, and the other dude, the 20-year-old, he's sitting there listening to it too. And I'm saying to myself, man, I can't wait. For real, this is my word. I can't wait to turn 60, 70 years old, because I'm not going to be like any of these fools right here, right? So they're still talking. And as they're walking out of the door, one dude catches this epiphany, like he did a spin, because his hip, like I said, I mean, they're talking about hip replacements, and he needed a hip replacement, so he kind of moved his ass up like that, and he swiveled around, holding the door open to keep the door open, right? And he looked at both of us. I'm not lying. He looked at both of us, and he was like, "Yo, see, let me tell you something. In a couple of years, y'all think that's me. Y'all think that this may be funny, but y'all gonna be just like us. Y'all gonna be complaining about the hip and the knee surgery and the this and the that and da da da." He just kept on going on and on and on. And I'm like, yo, seriously, I come from a generation where no matter what, you know what I'm saying? If your father was a crackhead, you still respected your elders, people that were older than you, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm listening to it, and I'm like saying in my mind, nah, not really. I'm not gonna be nothing like you, anything like you. You wanna know why? Because I'm doing what it takes at the age that I am right now to not be you when I turn 60 and 70 years old, right? Which brings me to this point. Should we really listen to old heads? It's a question. You understand? Like, I get this, I get this all the time in our culture, you know what I'm saying? And I say our culture, like hip hop culture, you know what I'm saying? Should we listen to our old heads? Or elders, you know what I'm saying? And the question is, as long as they have something positive to say, that plain and simple. If they have something negative to say about what you're doing with your life, and they're trying to control you and trying to tell you what to do and what not to do, and they don't necessarily have they can't necessarily direct you in the right way, I tell you, yo, throw all of the shit that they say in the garbage. It's just that plain and simple. Because due to popular belief, there's a lot of old heads that ain't worth shit. And they envy. They're jealous of the youth. You see, we had our opportunity. When I was in my 20s, I had my opportunity, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I blew that shit all away. Straight up, this is my word. I blew it away. Literally, smoking weed, drinking, fucking women. I'm just being real. I started out good. No lie. I started out good. I went to college. You understand? And I had a plan and I had all of that. But I was too wrapped up in really the streets. And I ain't talking about the streets as far as selling drugs and doing all the rest of that shit. Yeah, I sold weed in college and shit like that, but I never sold no like real hardcore drugs. I'm talking about wrapped up in the streets, like wrapped up in the culture, like partying and clubbing and drugging and sexing and all of that shit. I wasn't concerned about my future. See, this is the thing. And I know you all are thinking that way, that are in your 20s, because I used to think that way. You think that this shit is going to last forever, and it doesn't. It doesn't. One day you wake up and you're 20 years old. The next day you wake up and you're 55. And I'm telling you, that shit, time flies. It really does, especially when you're having fun and when you're young. That's my word. Listen, I'm trying to tell you something. I'm one of the old heads that actually has something to say. And you drink because you have, you know what I'm saying, your kidneys and your lungs. I think, no, not your kidneys. Yes, your kidneys and your liver. It's young. You smoke because your lungs are young. But 10 years, 20 years down the line, you continue to maintain these bad habits. You understand? Your lungs, your kidneys, your liver, and all of your internal organs will give out. But this is what you're thinking when you're young. Because you drinking and you get fucked up, you passed out, you wake up the next day and you throw up, and then after that, you're okay. In other words, your body bounces back. When you get older, your body don't bounce back like that. Straight up. I see guys, young dudes run back and forth for the court all day, every day in their 20s. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Motherfucker hardly drink water. You be thinking that these motherfuckers are robots. But that's what happens when you're young. You have all this type of energy. You're optimistic. And one thing that you truly believe in that you don't have, but you really believe that you have the time. And I'm telling you, you don't. You don't. But see, this is the thing. I blew my life away, right? But I'm not here to shit on the youth. Because the youth has their opportunity and their time. And if they don't blow their life away, if they do the right thing in their lives, who am I to be jealous of them? In all actuality, both of these channels are dedicated to the youth in order for them not to go down the path that I went down. Straight up. Like, I know I talk about several different subjects and shit like that, topics rather, you know, on this channel, Langston 2092, as well as the new channel that I have called Long Live Langston. You understand? A lot of the new channel, I talk about Charlotte and, you know, different places in the South to live in and this and that and so forth. But for the most part, ultimately, both of these channels are dedicated to the youth, man, in order to steer them the right way. Because it's nothing like waking up and saying to yourself, and I'm telling you, I looked myself in the mirror one day and I said it, and it hurt. It hurt. It's nothing like getting up in the morning and looking at yourself in the mirror and saying to yourself, God damn, I haven't accomplished nothing, anything. I haven't accomplished shit. All I have is stories. That's it. Now, somebody like me, I can salvage my life. In other words, all of the things that I've been through, I could throw that shit in a book and sell it. All the stories that I have, I could throw that online and people could listen to it. You know what I'm saying? And I could be a motivational speaker. I can inspire people. I can utilize all of the fucked up decisions that I made in life. I could utilize that shit. In other words, I could recycle my life, but a lot of people can't. A lot of people don't have that talent to storytell, to put their lives in a story and, you know what I'm saying, sell it. Put their lives in a book and sell it. Put their lives on a motion picture and sell it. Put their lives on audio behind a music, in front of music, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, sell it. So most times, you understand, You just got these old heads that are old, bitter, jealous, envious, because they fucked up in life. They fucked up. They had every opportunity just like everybody else. And don't give me that whole emotional, roller coaster bullshit. Well, my father wasn't there. Motherfucker, how many niggas you know that's in the excuse me, no COVID. How many niggas you know that's black, that have both of their parents in the household? Like that same sob ass story that you giving me, I could give you the same fucking one. Period. It ain't too many motherfuckers that came up with a silver spoon born in their fucking mouth. So all that bullshit you talking is bullshit. You know who was my father when I was coming up? For real, hip hop. And I'm more than sure it's yours too. So stop it. Get the fuck out of here. Everybody has the opportunity to change and get their life right. I had an opportunity. I went to college and I dropped the fuck out. And after I dropped out, I didn't have a plan. Look at Kanye West. This motherfucker dropped out of college, and guess what? Now he's a billionaire. So it's okay for you not to go to college. It's okay for you not to further your education. But at the end of the day, have a plan. Because at the end, I'm gonna say it again. At the end of the day, I gotta change something. I gotta change this shit up. Because damn, now I don't know what to say when I say it. Now I'm not saying that at the end of the day. I just say it, you know what I'm saying? Because once you get older, that's real talk. Once you get older, you're going to sit back and you're going to say to yourself, yo, I haven't accomplished shit. I haven't done anything with my life. And the only person, if you're being truthful to yourself, the only person that I have to blame for that is me. Straight up. That's the only person that I can blame. That man in the mirror. Other than that, I can't blame anyone else because no one stuck a gun to my head and forced me to do A, B, and C. You see, while I was out there drinking, I'm talking about me. You understand? While I was out there drinking, while I was out there smoking, while I was out there clubbing, when I was out there fucking with these whores, and I will say that, whores. There were people that were my age. I was busting their ass, going to college, having sleepless nights and shit, staying up all motherfucking night studying for their fucking test and shit like that. They were determined to make something out of their lives. And guess what? Now that we're older, guess what? These same people that busted their ass in college and did what they had to do and looked out for themselves and for the future them, they're on boats now. They're on yachts. They're chilling. They're having the best time of their fucking life. Because at the end of the day, this is the best kept secret. You don't party and you don't go crazy and all the rest of that shit in your 20s, motherfucker. You don't do that. No, you bust your ass. You see, when you 20, you have the strength. You have the stamina, the endurance, the state of mind. You understand? Your brain is fresh and everything. You utilize that. You utilize your youth and you bust your ass while you can. When you get in your late 30s, your early 40s and 50s, you relax. And you think the 20-year-old you. Because now you're on a yacht. You done bust your ass for about 10, 15, 20 years. And now you can chill out. That's how you do life. Other than that, you don't piss your fucking life away when you in your 20s. I had a preacher, never forget it. This is the reason. This is what started my whoredom. You know what I'm saying? They say kingdom. Whoredom. You understand? This is what started it. I had an old head. This is crazy. I had an old head, which was a preacher. He told me, son, it was my step grandfather, right? He said, son, let me tell you something. You sow your oats right now, and then once you get older, you find you the right one and you settle down. So this was a preacher, a man of God, telling me that, hey, now that you the age you are right now, fuck any fucking bitch that you want to fuck, but once you get older, settle down with one. This is what an old head told me. And this is what started me fucking. Because straight up, I'm telling you, this is my word. I was 16. And I felt that I was ordained and approved by God to whore. Because a preacher told me. The preacher can't be wrong. I'm 16. I'm young and dumb. So at the end of the day, if a preacher's telling me to go out there and whore, at least that's the way that I took it, my 16-year-old brain. You understand? I was like, well, shit, I might as well go out there and do what it do. Make it do what it do. I'm getting approved by the Lord. Because the preacher talked to God every motherfucking night. Straight up. I know this video is not going to get too many views, but yo, please, y'all, try to share this shit. Because this is an important topic that we need to discuss. Should we listen to old heads? And I hope that I've answered your question. If I didn't, or answer the question. If I didn't, I'm going to say it again, as long as they have something positive to say. Now, straight up, don't deter or walk away from positive criticism. You understand? Like, you should know when a person is shooting the shit with you and trying to knock you and down you, in comparison to someone that's critiquing you and telling you, you know what, well, I wouldn't do it. Well, I don't know. I don't like hearing that. I wouldn't do it like this. Yeah, I know you would. You understand? So walk away from niggas like that. Unless they didn't mean to say it that way. You understand? But when a motherfucker say, I wouldn't, nigga, I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. Straight up. But if a person says, you know, well, maybe you should go about it this way, because I was young at one time and a couple of us did that the way that you're talking about, and it didn't work for us. So maybe you want to try doing it your way first and then try to do it this way. Listen to a person like that, because they're giving you options. They're giving you a solution to a problem. Other than that, all these old heads running around, walking around, talking about how the young people ain't this and that and so forth and blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you one thing I agree with. Straight up. I agree with. And you can call me an old head all you want. And you can say, well, Langston, I ain't listening to you now. Well, you can say what you want to say. Yo, listen, hip hop is dead. So one thing I will agree with these old heads is hip hop is dead. It's gone. Ain't no bringing it back. Other than that, man, I agree with the rest of you young people, man. Half of the shit that old heads say, I don't even fucking damn listen to it. Straight up. Just a bunch of old man bitching and complaining because they old as shit. And they don't want to do anything with their life. You understand? They don't want to improve it. Like some of these old heads, they could just fucking change. They could do a 180 like the next day. They can get up, they can exercise, they can eat right, they can treat their children right, they can treat their wife right. You know what I'm saying? They could change their careers. You know what I'm saying? They could actually change their lives. But they'll rather just bitch and complain about the shit. And make excuses and shit like my knee hurt, my fucking elbow hurt, my tooth hurt, you know, when they playing fucking half-court basketball and shit. You know what I'm saying? Making all these fucking excuses in the world, period. You know, my mom wasn't there, my father wasn't there. This is the reason why I'm drinking, I'm smoking crack and all the rest of that. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I don't blame you young people, for real. Straight up, I'm telling you, if old heads don't have anything positive to say, walk the fuck away from them. And it ain't being disrespectful. Just say, hey, listen, hey, man, I got to go, man. I don't really have too much time to be sitting here listening to you. Or just say, I got to go, man. I got things I got to do. I would listen to you, man, but I got shit I got to do. That's it. Other than that, man, you know what I'm saying? It's your life. You live it the way that you see fit. And it's just that plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? Take what you can take from these old heads and other people. I'm saying positive messages. You know what I'm saying? And throw away the fucking rest. Straight up. Other than that, man, I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Langston2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and definitely share this video.